Miss Key here with another key ingredient. We have made it to day 5 in the 21-day fast. And I am going to be completely honest, day 5 has been a struggle for me. I don't know if it's because it's rainy or it's cold and it's just gloomy weather. I struggled all day without having coffee, without having soda or my sweet comfort foods. Anything today has been, it was actually harder than day 1. And I thought that it was getting easier and easier, but today just kind of steered me in a different path. And I was like this close to caving in, but God, people always say that, and it was at that moment because it's close to giving in. But day 5 is about being interested. And interested, it can mean a bunch of different things for different people. But I'm gonna just read the first 2 lines just to see if you get the concept of what I mean with being interested. Today's devotional will be about choosing to take interest in the things that are important to you. The most important things in your life require commitment, dedication, courage, trust, consistency, discipline, and surely the grace of God. Becoming interested in what's important. So that was such a big deal for me over the past year because I have always been a business-oriented woman. I am just work. I will give work my life. I will do the mandatory overtime, volunteer for overtime. I put so much on my plate and I'm always willing to take on new assignments, partake in new hobbies. I just stay busy. And when you're doing so many things, it is really, really easy to lose sight of what's important. So I had to find a way to remind myself about what are the things that I'm interested in the most? What do I value the most? And so God has a way of humbling you if you get distracted, or he has a way of clarifying if you get confused on what you should be interested in. So in 2017, I've worked since I was 15 years old. I've never not had a job, never not been employed, and I went through an experience in 2017 where I was let go from my job, and it was devastating. Because again, I'm a person who defined myself by roles, and it was my first time not having a job, and I didn't get employment for some time. So I had no time. I had nothing but time to really sit back and find the things that I was most interested in. And God had a way of realigning me at that point and showing me what was most important and how to really be supportive for my husband and how to be supportive for my children. By being so goal-oriented and being about the business, being about the money, I was just like, hey, I'm providing. Like I'm bringing in money. I'm creating new resources and avenues for my children. I'm making things and opportunities I've never had. So I'm doing this for my family. And that was always my justification. And I'm not saying it was a bad justification at all. I'm saying God had to remind me of my significance in their life as well. And these are the things that I needed to be interested in, because guess what? Just like that, my job was gone. And, the company, they went on about their business. And I had never dealt with a layoff. I had never been a housewife per se. I had never been that person, and I went through a humbling experience. when I was a house mom at that time, because let me just say this for the record before I even get into anything else. I salute any house mom right now, housewife, house mother, stay at home dad, even if you're the dad. I salute and applaud those who are staying at home, because I devalued that myself. I devalued how much it takes to run a house. By far the hardest job I've had in my life. Being the provider at home, making sure the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner were ready, the house was clean, the boys were studying. I made study lessons, plans, everything, and I felt the least appreciated in that moment. I didn't know how to really seek my value. But getting back on course about what I was interested in, God showed me that my interest really is loving those around me, loving people, being kind, being studious. Like if I had the choice, I would have been a student my entire life. Those of you who know me know that my parents called me the professional student for so long. I changed my degree at least 5 times. I got additional degrees. I'm always looking at new certifications and new books. I was just a studious person, and I just loved studying. And if I could do that all my life and get paid and make a living, I would do that. And I think that's why religion has been such a huge passion of mine, because I never really know it. No matter how much I study, no matter how much I devote time to it, no matter how many expertise I surround myself with, I feel I'm always still a baby learning when it comes to religion, especially Christianity, and when even focusing in on solely just Christianity. As soon as I feel like I've learned one piece, 5 more additional pieces that I had never considered come onto the table. So what interests me is really studying people, studying their actions, studying communities, studying the things that impact life in general. So like I said in the opening, it takes a great deal of consistency and discipline to really find out the things that you're interested in. And that is what I had to learn even with my boys when I was doing the time staying at home. I was big on, I want my children to be children. I don't want them to clean, and I don't want them to have to do this. I just want them to play and have a good time and enjoy being babies. And then not realizing these are going to be teenagers and adults, and I'm not teaching them any real responsibility. I'm not teaching them accountability. I'm not teaching them any of the lessons that I learned in life. So one thing I had to learn is take an interest in family. And then after I took my interest in family, because I won't ever say I lost interest in God. God's always been a huge interest of mine. But I had to realign my interests and consistency with God, and my time alone with God, and my prayer with God. But I really had to devote myself as a mother and a wife. That is what that section of that book really was about for me, is becoming interested with my family and with my even self-advancement, where I wanted to go. Because once you are interested in something, you make a routine to keep up whatever is sparking your interest. Even when you're dating, when you're courting somebody, you are interested in them, and you're trying to find out everything about them. Like, where you like to eat at? What you like to do? What's your family like? What's your interest? How can I make you happy? I just want to be around you, because you're interested. When you first get on a job, you're trying to be successful in it. You're interested in it. And over time, things lose interest. So if you've lost interest in something recently, and you know that you used to love it passionately, take interest in it again. If you feel like you've broken away from your family, you're disconnected, take interest in it. if your spirituality isn't where it needs to be, take interest in it. Take the time to really be interested in the things you love. And for my attire, you all are seeing all my tattoos. Yeah, I have dinner tonight with my hubby. So we are about to be on our way out the door, and I knew I had to hurry up and make my video. So I thank you for being on this journey with me. I thank you for those who are inboxing, even though I would like for you to comment below and let me know how this journey is going for you, what it's been looking like for you. Just overall, I am grateful for another day, and I hope you all are liking or enjoying this journey, and I love